Welcome back to Mondays with Marla. Last week we talked about body language and the bigger signals customers are giving us during a conversation. Today I'm going to go one level deeper and talk about something that's equally important: micro expressions. Micro expressions are brief facial expressions that happen in just a fraction of a second. Sometimes they happen so fast you almost miss them. They're often that guttural response, that emotional reaction before someone consciously can control their expression. As sales professionals, our job isn't to play psychologist or assume we know exactly what someone is thinking, but these fleeting expressions can give us clues about how a customer is really feeling beneath the surface, allowing us to ask better questions and have better conversations. What are microexpressions? Think of microexpressions as emotional leaks, if you will. Someone says, "That sounds interesting," but for a split second you see surprise. Someone says, "That pricing seems fine," but you catch a flash of concern. That quick expression may reveal there's more going on beneath the surface. Again, the goal isn't to make assumptions. The goal is simply to recognize when there might be something worth digging and exploring further. Today, I'm going to give you 5 micro expressions that you should pay extra special attention to. Number 1, surprise. You'll often see raised eyebrows or widened eyes or a quick opening of the mouth. In sales, surprises can be positive or negative. Maybe you shared a benefit that they didn't expect. Or maybe you've mentioned pricing and it came out higher than they were expecting. When you see surprise, don't rush past it. Instead, pause and ask, "What are your thoughts on that?" Let them tell you what's behind that reaction. Don't assume. Number 2, concern or fear. You might notice eyes widen slightly or tension around the mouth or face briefly tighten. This can happen when discussing possible risks, timing, or budget. Many salespeople immediately will start defending, explaining, or get uncomfortable. Instead, stay comfortable and get curious. You could say, "What questions come to mind when you hear that?" Or, "Is there something about the process you'd like me to clarify further?" Great salespeople explore concerns instead of trying to erase them. Number 3, disagreement or skepticism. This one I see all the time, and I'm sure you do too. A customer may briefly tighten their lips, smirk slightly, or raise one side of their face. Sometimes you'll also see a quick head tilt or an eyebrow raise. That's often a clue they're not fully buying what they're hearing. The worst thing you can do here is ignore it. Instead, invite that conversation. Try saying, "How does that compare with what you're seeing today?" Or, "Does that align with your experience?" Give them permission to disagree with you. Disagreement is healthy. You just need to know what the true concerns are so that you can address them properly. Number 4, happiness and excitement. Not all micro expressions are warnings. Sometimes you'll see a genuine smile that reaches someone's eyes. You may notice their face brightens, their eyebrows lift, their posture becomes more engaged. This is gold. Something you have said has connected to what really matters to them. When you see that reaction, lean in. Say, "Tell me more about that." Or, "Why is that especially important to you?" These moments often uncover the customer's real priorities. They're special. Number 5, one of the biggest, strongest expressions to watch for is contempt in both your personal and private life. Typically, it's a slight smirk. And in sales, it can indicate the customer doesn't believe what you're saying, disagrees strongly, or they feel like they've heard it all before. Don't become defensive. Don't argue. Instead, acknowledge. Acknowledge their expertise and ask for their perspective. Say something like, "I'd love to get your thoughts on that," or, "What's your experience been in that area?" The goal is to move away from resistance and actually connecting. The biggest mistake salespeople make with micro expressions is assuming they're mind readers. A micro expression does not tell you exactly what someone is thinking or feeling. It simply tells you there's more emotion tied to whatever topic that you were speaking about. Think of micro expressions as yellow lights, not red ones. They're just signals to slow down, ask better questions, and understand what's really happening. So the takeaway today is to pay attention to those micro expressions because they can reveal surprise, excitement, concern, skepticism, or disagreement before a customer ever says one word. The best salespeople don't use these signals to make assumptions. They use them to become more curious. Notice the expressions. Pause. Ask a question. Listen. Because the goal isn't to read their mind. The goal is simply to understand people better. And remember, sometimes the most important part of a conversation lasts less than a second. The best salespeople don't just hear what customers say. They notice what their faces are revealing. Have a great week, everybody. Happy selling.